Well, good morning, everyone. Yes, another excavator video. What's going on is, as you would know if you follow my channel, I bought this here. I've got about 72 hours on it. It's been a very good digging, earth-moving machine. I have done so much with this piece of equipment, it has already paid for itself. It is a Chinese equipment, and I'm glad I bought it before all these tariffs. I've got something going on here. In one of my previous videos, I have shown you the hydraulic motor that pivots the top part. And it has come loose twice. Well, 3 times now. The first time I thought, well, maybe being Chinese equipment, they didn't tighten down the bolts. So I just reached in there and I tightened them up. Well, it loosened up again, and not too long after that. So I went ahead and I put some Loctite. I was out on the property and the only thing I had was blue Loctite. It's not the stuff that I wanted. I wanted to put red Loctite because it's a stronger version of it. Well, it lasted much longer. I'd say 20 hours, and it has loosened up again. And if my bucket wasn't on the ground, I could show you that it rotates about this much right here, and it should be solid. It should have barely any play in it, just mainly the play in the teeth, and it's just wobbling back and forth. In fact, let me show you. Okay, I raised the bucket off the ground. Let me see if I can show you and you hear that sound. That's the motor shifting around in it because it's loose. I know this because it's happened twice so far already. This is the 3rd time. And so I've got it up here at the garage, and I'm going to pull off the floor plate. I'm probably going to completely remove this time. All the other times I've just loosened it up to raise it up to get to it. I've got a plan to fix this once and for all. It's kind of extreme, but I need this to work because it's a couple hours to pull this off and get it back together. And the main reason is because you have to take off so much stuff. You have to unbolt these supports for the canopy here. You have to unbolt those, and then when you're ready to put it back together, because it's a Chinese piece of equipment, the bolt holes shift around and you have to pry stuff over this way, pry stuff over that way, and it's just a real pain in the ass to get everything to line up. So I'm hoping that I can get this done and not have any problems. See, look at that bolt. Look at that bolt. That bolt has come out. I haven't even loosened that up. And that's the downfall with Chinese equipment. It's not made to American standards, because if you got like Caterpillar or even John Deere equipment, you're going to have a very solid piece of equipment, and you're not going to have as many issues that you would with a Chinese equipment. But also, the other flip side of that is you're not paying 50 grand for a mini excavator. And see, that's where the dilemma was. I almost bought a $30,000 Caterpillar type excavator. But I chose not to because I thought, you know what, I'm only going to use it just to dig my foundation trenches for the footers, and just little bits and pieces here and there. Well, I didn't realize that I was going to use this thing a hell of a lot more, because if I would have realized the amount of work that I'm going to put this thing through, I might have invested in even a used Caterpillar or a like brand. I mean, I would have even gone Kubota, you know, but hey, where's my license plate? So that just leaves me to patch this together whenever it starts to fail. Now that I see this here, I know that I'm going to have to work on getting this here. Oh, look at that. That's even loose. Oh, I wonder if these are loose. Keep in mind, I did not loosen these ever. So that's all from factory loose. Factory loose! Chinese quality. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on pulling this off here, and I'm not going to record taking this off because I think that's just silly, because who wants to watch a guy's butt while he bends over? I'm sure there's some of you that would. So anyway, the way to get this floor off, the best way and the easiest way, is under all of my mud and filth, there's a bolt here. Well, that felt loose for a second. There's a bolt right there. There's a bolt. Okay, yep. There's a bolt right here. There's 2 bolts right here. And like I said, you have to remove these 2 because it's all connected. And on this side, you've pretty much got the same thing. You have this bolt to take off. There's none in the corner right here. And then you have these 2 to take off. And this will kind of like just stand here, be loose. It's pretty rigid, so you don't have to really support it much. It might fall and rest on this piece here, which again, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I'm going to remove all these bolts, and then I'll be back to show you the next step. Alrighty fellas, so I got it all loosened up and I brought it way up. I couldn't get it out of there. And the reason why is because of this pedal right here and the shaft here. I can't get the shaft out without dismantling this panel here. So I was unable to get the floor plate off, but that's okay, because right down here is where all the magic is. And I can get in here to do what I plan on getting done. And let me show y'all the inner workings of this thing. Okay, here's where all the hydraulic lines are. Okay, you see all that going on in there? A lot of dirt, man. I moved a ton of earth with this machine. So, anyway, here is the hydraulic pump. And see that this thing is loose. Whoops. As you can see, it is pretty damn loose in there. Okay, and that's what I'm here to fix. And I'm gonna make sure that I got all my bolts. Okay, that bolt is in there, but this one is loose. So it's the back side that are loose. But as you can see, it is loose in there. It's kind of bound in the gears. So the only time it really moves is when I shift the excavator. You see that? That is not supposed to happen, obviously, right? And this is the motor that rotates the excavator left and right. First off, I'm going to remove all these bolts, and I'm going to scrape all the dirt off and get this area clean, and I'm going to blow it out to get the surface clean, because I have to evaluate what I'm going to be able to do to permanently fix this from coming apart again. And I got an idea. It's kind of drastic. Alright, so we're back from the hardware store, and we're going to get back to work on this, trying to fix this permanently. What I was going to do is I was going to get longer bolts to go down through these backside, because I can't put longer bolts up here because of the main gear right there. It's in the way of those holes. But I was going to put 2 extra long bolts here and put a lock nut underneath it to help lock it down. That with red Loctite, it would have really held in a lot nicer. But I was unable to get longer bolts. I just couldn't find any. I found some that matched, but they weren't long enough. Yada yada, all that shit. Okay, so we're about to put this back together, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more grease onto this gear here. Let me do that real quick. All right. So I've smeared some grease on the gear just to re-grease it up. And now I'm going to put the motor back in, and I'm going to put red Loctite on the bolts, and then I'm going to torque them down. I'm going to get that reattached, and then I'm going to show you what I do next. And you see that little sanded bare spot right there. Maybe some of you can guess what that is for, but if not, I'll show you real soon. Okay, I'm gonna get that bolted down. Alrighty folks, so I want to tell you, one thing I did with these bolts is I actually wire willed the bolts off, and then I took a wire brush and stuck it down the holes and cleaned the threads too, to give these bolts the ultimate chance to lock in rock solid. So that bare little area there, I wish I got a little bit closer to that bracket, but I'm going to put a bead of weld right in that little area. I'm not going to put too much because I'm only going to do it on this side here, and that is just to stabilize this motor so it's even more solid in here, not to give a chance for it to move back and forth or vibrate and break it free again. Don't make fun of me when you see my weld. I'm not a welder. This is what I got. I know it's not pretty. That's going to do it for the repair. If you don't see any more videos on my channel about this pump, then you know that it's holding solid. I do know that I got a good attachment to the pump and to the plate. So yeah, I hope that works, man. But if you have any comments or suggestions on how to get this from loosening up, please share. If you've had your own experiences with this excavator and that hydraulic pump, or a hydraulic motor, I should say, please share it below in the comments. Alrighty guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, like, ring the bell, do all that stuff so you know when the next excavator video comes out for you. Till next time guys, stay safe, stay free. We're out of here.